Movement in Space. Welcome to your science virtual class. I am Miss Jihan Simon, and this is lesson 1 from chapter 3, Pearson Realize, Elevate Earth. The night sky. Why do the stars appear to move? What makes the moon shine through the darkness? Aryabhata the first was an early astronomer. He was born in 476 in what is now India. Aryabhata the first wrote that the moon and the planets shine because they reflect light from the sun. He came up with these conclusions based solely on his observations of the sky with his naked eye. Star, planets, and moon. Earth's moon is the brightest and largest object in our night sky. The moon is Earth's only natural satellite. A satellite is a body that orbits a planet. By contrast, stars appear as tiny points of light. A star is a giant ball of superheated gas or plasma, composed of hydrogen and helium. As seen from Earth, the positions of stars relative to each other do not seem to change. A planet is an object that orbits the sun, is large enough to have become rounded by its own gravity, and has cleared the area of its orbit of any debris. There are 8 planets in our solar system, which we are going to see later on in the chapters. Meteors and comets. Have you ever seen a shooting star? This sudden strike is called a meteor. A meteor is a streak of light produced when a small piece of rock or ice, known as a meteoroid, burns up as it enters Earth's atmosphere. You can see in this footage taken on 2015 in Russia. This is a meteor. Comets are rarer sights than meteors. A comet is a rare mixture of dust and ice that develops a long trail of light as it approaches the sun. This is the comet Lovejoy, and it was photographed in the morning sky above Cape Schanck. Halley's Comet is one of the most known comets. In 1910, Halley's Comet traveled close to the Earth, about 1/7 of the distance from Earth to the Sun. Earth's distance from the Sun is 149.6 million kilometers. Constellations. For thousands of years, human beings in many cultures have seen patterns in groups of stars and given them names. A pattern or group of stars that people imagine represents a figure, animal, or object is a constellation. In the ancient Roman and Greek cultures, constellations supported specific mythologies. Today, scientists divide the sky into 88 constellations. Some constellations are named for people or animals from Greek myths. Pegasus and Perseus, for example, are both mythological characters and constellations. This is an image of Hercules and Pegasus in case you have seen the animated movie. And on the right there are the stars that conform the constellation of Pegasus. Movement in the sky. Stars, planets, and other objects appear to move over time. The positions of objects in the sky depend on the motions of Earth. Stars generally appear to move from east to west through the night. Toward the poles, stars appear to take a circular path as shown in the next figure. These are the star trails in figure 3. It is a time-lapse photo taken over the course of minutes or hours, and it captures the movements of stars. The North Star happens to be aligned with the axis of Earth, directly above the North Pole. Seasonal changes. The constellations visible to you vary from season to season. You can find the constellation Orion in the eastern sky on winter evenings. But by spring, you will see Orion in the west, disappearing below the horizon shortly after sunset. You can see Pegasus with the full Escuela next to it. Each night, the position of most stars shifts slightly to the west. After a while, you no longer see stars once visible in the west, and previously unseen stars appear in the east. After 6 months, Earth is on the other side of the sun. Constellations that used to appear in the night sky are now behind the sun and are not visible to you. Planets. Planets appear to move against the background of stars. The word planet comes from a Greek word meaning wanderer. Because the planets all orbit the sun in about the same plane, they appear to move through a narrow band in the sky. This band is called the zodiac. Mercury and Venus wave. This is figure 4 from your book, and it shows the planets Mercury and Venus. They never appear far from the sun in the sky. Models of the solar system.